I've been working for over 20 years now, and I've worked in all sorts of businesses, advertising, media, oil and services, healthcare. And I think what attracted me to Superdry was partly to work in retail, which I thought was a really interesting business, but the fact that it was just had such a fascinating background in terms of its growth and the way it built itself a market from almost a standing still position, and that, you know, with the international growth and just the excitement around working in a business that it has a future and is really wants to build something very special.
Accounting and finance is never really perceived as the most exciting part of the business, but we get involved in every single bit of what the business does, and that's what I've always enjoyed about finance. Is yes, you're responsible for a function that is really around control and decision making and information and analysis, but you get to know a large proportion of the functions of the business in quite a level of detail, which I always think of as a privilege.
I think the most interesting thing for me about working in forecasting, planning and reporting is that we're always looking towards the future and what's coming up for the business and the new challenges and the new opportunities, and being, you know, forward looking and connected to where the business is going is really exciting.
I like my job because it's not boring at all. It's a multitask, and I always do different, always involved in different activities. It's not just calling the customer and talk to them about their balance. It's managing the payment plan, both for the independent customers and the franchises, and also register all the payments, the inward payments, allocate them against the invoices. There is lots going on.
When I first joined Superdry, initially the position that I moved into wasn't something that I could see myself being in for 10-15 years, but to me it was a stepping stone. It was an ideal opportunity to get involved within a busy finance department, and I initially came in as administrator, which I really enjoyed, and I was working at that role for about a year, and then I was given the opportunity to progress and move into accounts payable, and that's where I am today.
When I first started, I was learning a lot. It's a big organization, so you have to learn a lot, not only in finance, but also in how the business works, so in all the departments. And now that I've got a knowledge, varied knowledge, I've been involved in training the new staff, which is very rewarding for me.
I love working for Superdry. And obviously, because I want to work in finance and I want to work in accounts, I'm keen to progress and move forward within the company. That in itself is inspiring. To love your job is one thing, but to also work for a company which you love, it makes it even better.
There are a few great things about working at Superdry. I think it's a bit of a cliche, and probably everybody always says it about every company they work for. First and foremost, it's the people who work here. The atmosphere is professional, but the culture is informal. So you very quickly build very strong relationships with people across the business. And one thing I really noticed is how much everybody laughs here. So the people make any business, and the people here are really very much making this business. Which moves me on to my second thing about what's great about working at Superdry, and that would really be around making stuff happen. Our roles are really about driving the business forward, and I can look back over my 18 months here and see a few things that I have been specifically responsible for delivering, and that is great in terms of satisfaction.
To anyone thinking about applying to the finance department in Supergroup, I would say that for the right type of individual, the potential for you to make a difference, for you to shine and for you to move forward in your career is massive. But you've got to be the right character to succeed in this business.
First of all, if you've got an inquisitive mindset, you're comfortable working with uncertainty and change, and you have a desire and a hunger for understanding things and making things better, they're the prerequisites for joining. What you get when you join is an ability to see the business in all its nooks and crannies, and be able to really influence the future of the business, along with working hard, having fun, and working with some great people.
We're a huge company and we're moving forward, and it's such a great brand, and you really need to embrace the brand. And I would say that if you don't initially move into something that you feel is something that you're going to do for the rest of your career at Superdry, there is those opportunities to progress and to move forward within the company.
When you're in something that is growing as we are, we're evolving all the time and we're working out what to do next, etc. So for someone who enjoys that challenge and change, very strong change environments, then it is a great place to work and very rewarding, and you can make a difference. But if you want a sort of 9 to 5 job which is nice and structured, we're not that sort of place.